What do you think is the most interesting psychology phenomenon? My aunt is morbidly obese, like 100 kilograms overweight. When a doctor asked what does she eat to gain weight, she answered apples. It's in no way logical or realistic. If she doesn't eat like 20 apples a day, if we count an apple having 100 kilocalories, then it would be 2000 kilocalories, and she could maybe gain weight. Maybe. But she eats maybe 1 or 2 apples a day. What she does is she constantly eats everything and drinks so much wine. Like when I visit, she eats everything I don't. Like every potato, bread, butter on the table. Everything goes. But she doesn't see it. She doesn't lie, she is in denial. I have no idea what to do. Once she laughed that we drank so much wine, a bottle each. I drank 1 small glass of wine, not a drop more. She honestly thought I drank a bottle too, even though she did. Prospect theory, the idea that people perceive gain and loss unequally, where a loss has about twice as much impact on a person as a gain of same amount. People will take unnecessary risks to avoid loss. Cotard delusion, aka walking corpse syndrome, where the sufferer genuinely believes that they are dead, don't exist, or have no internal organs. Absolutely crazy. I can't imagine what it feels like walking around feeling actually, genuinely dead. I experienced this for a period of time after my dad passed away when I was young. It was terrifying and traumatic. I felt as if I was hollow inside, with no organs or vessels, just empty muscle, and was a ghost that everyone else could see. Thankfully those delusions don't plague my life anymore, but it was so dark and awful. The placebo effect. The idea that belief in something can actually have a positive impact on the body just seems so crazy to me. Also helped me realize inversely why stress and anxiety can take such a toll on you. Funny enough, placebo also works, when you know it's placebo. Somehow, deep down, there is something in you that wants to believe despite all reasonable arguments against it. Also nospo is a thing. When you expect something to harm you, it will. It makes a lot of treatments complicated. On one hand you want the patient aware of the side effects, on the other, you don't want them to generate them by the nospo effect. If you get yourself to be really happy and excited to see other people, they will react the same to you. It doesn't always happen the first time, but it will definitely happen next time. Time and again this has always worked fine for me. How I can have a surprise in my dream. Like something will happen and I'll be confused about it. Then someone will explain it by giving new information, and then it makes sense. But all of this is created by my own brain while I'm dreaming. How can I reveal new information to myself to explain something? I met a woman years ago who claimed to have déjà vus that lasted several minutes instead of a few seconds. She wound up going into the psyche ward over it. She said it feels like watching a recording of your own life instead of actually living it. I think it has to do with the way memories are stored in your brain. Some feedback loop kicks in and makes you feel like you've experienced the moment before. That's just a guess though. Stuff like this is nearly impossible to study in a lab. Playing. When two animals play with each other, they both communicate aggression, they show fangs, claws, they bite, they go for the neck, etc. Everything about it should communicate danger. But they never feel endangered, even when one animal accidentally hurts another. This happens even when animals are playing with animals they have barely known for some time. It blows my mind how the right context completely transforms all the communication between animals who play. A dissociative disorder is a mental disorder that involves experiencing a disconnection and lack of continuity between thoughts, memories, surroundings, actions and identity. People with dissociative disorders escape reality in ways that are involuntary and unhealthy and cause problems with functioning in everyday life. This was me in school as a result of early childhood trauma. I used to write texts in which I wondered what was going on and why things were like that, like a movie that you're watching but have no involvement in. I also used to have these kind of awake dreams in stressful situations where I would just space the fuck out and have all these random thoughts and images that I was not in control of. Dreaming. Even though everyone does it, it's amazing that our minds create virtual realities for us nightly. If you can lucid dream, it can be more entertaining than any game technology has invented. I find dreaming fascinating, not just how dreams occur in their functions but how it affects your memories and emotions too. In dreams, memories can be so different to real life. You can dream someone you don't know, who is completely made up only to feel like you knew them forever, complete with a set of memories together. The intensity of emotions are heightened as well, and you can stop feeling those emotions upon waking up. The Troxler effect. A psychological phenomenon where if one is put into a dimly lit room, then look at their self in the mirror for an extended period of time, they will see things in the mirror, but only the mirror. It is caused by the human brain being able to only experience so little at a time. There are things you aren't paying attention to and therefore don't experience. For instance, your blinking pattern or how the air feels, your brain deems it irrelevant, so it just cuts them off to process other stuff. When in the dimly lit room looking at the mirror, your brain deems stuff in the mirror irrelevant and just simply removes it from your sight. But it still has to put something there, but because it's irrelevant and doesn't know what to put there, it tries its best to fill in that void, and in doing so, makes something weird happen. I'm pretty sure there was an instance where someone tried this, and their mouth stretched out across their cheeks. The brain didn't know what to put on the cheeks because it was deemed irrelevant, so it tried to fill the gap and failed. One of the most popular cases of this would be Bloody Mary. This could also happen without a mirror. Ever just be in your room and out of the corner of your eye you see something looking at you, peeking around the door, but when you focus on it, nothing was there. That would be the Troxler effect. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to share with your buddy who has the same phenomenon.